Hello, dear students. Today, I will be talking about new constitution, which was planned under new government of Japan, that is Meiji government. The new government was actually planning to move away from traditional form of government. However, it did not have any idea of how to go about establishing a new set of norms and new set of rules for the guidance. So, in the very beginning of its phase, what it had done actually, it had sent a very popular mission which was named after Iwakura. It's called Iwakura mission. So this mission had about a good number of people, which neared around 50. Among this group, there were few people whose main job was to study the political theories of Western countries, especially European countries. So two names which are very important in this regard. One is a Kido and one is Okubo. So these two persons, they were of opinion that Japan was in its very initial phase, and it is for this reason that Japan was not yet mature enough to go for the popular form of government. So they advised the emperor and those who were willing to form the government to move in a very peaceful manner and in piecemeal manner. So they were in favor of gradual transition from feudal form of government to popular form of government. So they somewhere settled down for oligarchical form of government, where only a limited number of people had important say in government decisions and government making process. It is for this reason that we call this phase as an oligarchic form of government, because it was largely lying in the hand of a group of people who were coming from a particular strata of the society, and they were rich, and they were in one way or other way had been part of the ruling class, that is feudal orders. So what they did actually, this group of people, they formed a new body within the new government, and that came to be known as the Privy Council. This Privy Council was something based on the idea of Privy Council which was popular in Britain. So this group of people who managed to enter this new government, they actually did not undermine the emperor, but simultaneously they did not want emperor to rule. So what was it? It was like that they would actually not let emperor rule, but they will rule through the emperor. So emperor will be an instrument for the usage. So they did not want to do away with the importance of emperor, which they had created among the people. So under this image, they wanted to carry on new reforms. So that was one thing. Another thing, Kido suggested bicameral legislature, whereby Japan was going to have two houses. So something very similar to Britain. And so in one house, people from privileged group were to come from, and the other was to come from election, from the general election, where people would be voting. It is, however, important to note that not everyone was allowed to vote, because property was the base on the basis of which people were to vote. the contesting candidates, and so the ceiling was so high, the property ceiling was so high, that benchmark was so high that only a tiny fraction of the population actually stood qualified to vote, which roughly accounted for 1% of the total population of Japan at that point of time. So you can say that it was a government decided by only 1% of the population. So again, it was not popular in true sense. However, it is a shift away from the traditional form of government, in that it recognized election and electoral mechanism as an integral part of the government making exercise. So you will have to understand that the Privy Council, oligarchy, and that not going in favor of the fully popular government, because of the hesitation and because of the understanding that Japan was still in its very early phase. So this you will have to understand. Another thing which is very remarkable in regard to this new government under the Meiji reform was that these people actually attached importance to this idea of different political parties, so that even though if the new government was not in favor of fully popular based government, it did not want a single party to take over the entire power and undermine the importance of popular role in the government making. So they ensured that it does not become anti working class people government or anti general people. So that is why they allowed multiple parties to contest for the political space under the newly formed system. And it is for this reason that these political parties could not take people and people's importance for granted. So whenever they would try to form a new government, they would not only appeal to the privileged class, the business class, they would also appeal to the people on which the government was based. So people as well as the privileged group of people, they were important in equal measure. And these parties could not have compromised with either of the group. And there would always be a kind of competition which was eventually good for the people. So this first step, which is not actually concrete enough, is still very important for you to understand. So you will have to understand who are all these people who are very instrumental in making of this constitution. So one is Itagaki, and the prime minister who became the first prime minister actually under this newly formed government is Ito Hirobumi, and this Kido Okubo. So keep this in mind and then you try to understand. So today I wind up this class. For you to understand, I will send you some articles. You refer to those articles, and then it will be of great help. Bye. Thank you very much.